you can use chronology. For business, you can use thematic, okay? No, there's no rule of thumbs, okay? It depends on the topic. It depends on your topic, okay? All right. Now, basically, in general, we found there are four main methods, four main approach, okay, to organize a literature review. Okay, now first one, okay, a chronology. Okay, so what is chronology? Now, chronology is the arrangement of events by time. Okay, so this kind of topic is for those, for a topic, for some topic that is very old, very old already. Okay, and it's still evolved. Okay, and it's still relevant until now. Okay, now we have many this kind of topic in economics. Okay, so this approach is, so we use this approach to trace the development of the topic over time. Okay, so next, okay, then you analyze the pattern, the turning point, and the debate, how it shaped the direction of the field until now. Okay, and you give interpretation and how and why certain development occurs. Okay, all right, so I give you an example. Okay, again, this example is an economics example. Okay, I'm talking about the life cycle model from 1969. Okay, so how the 1969 the theory can evolve. Okay, in 1983, in 203, in 2000, and etc. Okay, so these are the way how you can organize your literature review. Okay, this is one of the example using chronology. Okay, the next one is, okay, you can organize your literature review around a topic or issue. Okay, now next, for example, okay, now we talk about this. People with great self-esteem appear to be less fearful. Okay, laboratory study with college students, they find a strong negative relationship between self-esteem and fear. See, how is the first sentence already, the author already bringing the literature. DeSalo, Smith, 1980, Yu, 1988, okay? Basically telling these three papers find a strong negative relationship between self-esteem and fear. Okay. Now, the same relationship was found in a survey of elderly people. Okay, see, you bring in the Jonas, okay, 1982, okay, where this paper discuss about the elderly people. Okay, DeSalo, Smith, and you discuss about the college student. Okay, so you see, indirectly, okay, the author already, okay, you manage to organize. Okay, what are the findings, okay, between the self-esteem and fear, okay, among the college student, among the elderly people. Okay, now the contradictory finding may be due to the, okay, only study contradicted this finding. Okay, some study contradicted this finding. That is Johnson. Okay, meaning that Johnson find a positive relationship between self-esteem and fear. Okay, now, and the contradictory finding may be due to, okay, explain again why, maybe due to the population use. Okay, and etc. Okay, but in general, it appears that self-esteem and fear are negative related. See, they conclude again. This author conclude again. In general, self-esteem and fear are negatively related. Okay, so you see, this is a very nice literature review in a paragraph. Okay, in just one paragraph. Okay, yes, it can tell you. Okay, in general, the pattern between, okay, the relationship between self-esteem and fear is negative related. Okay, thematic. Okay, next, a methodological. Now, if you find this your topic, okay, discuss more on methodology. Okay, so you might want to, okay, you might organize your literature review from the methodology point of view, because, okay, your literature gap, okay, your contribution, okay, of your thesis maybe come from the methodology. Okay, so you can organize your literature review from the methodology, from using the methodological approach. Okay, example. Okay, example, well, This is an example of we discussed about the population aging, the impact on macroeconomic variables. Okay, so we say most, okay, you see the author will start, most existing study using panel data, general equivalent model, or survey data to examine the impact of population age structure on saving, domestic investment, and the current account. See the first sentence already, okay? This author already lay out, okay? He's going to look at the comparison between the methodology, okay? And it must be, okay, he is using some different methodology, okay? So that's why he said, existing study using panel general equivalent survey, okay? And, later on he might, he will explain, okay? Or, he's going to using what other type of methodology, okay? To fill in the gap in this literature, okay? So please go back and take a look, okay? I'm not going to explain too much here, and it's a bit too technical for some who are not from economics, okay? But for those who can follow, okay, it's good that you can go through, okay, and see how this author using a methodological approach, okay, to present his literature review, okay. Next, a theory. Okay, you can also use theoretical approach. Okay, now a literature review. Okay, is also often using the foundation of a theoretical framework. You can use it to discuss various theory, model, and definition of key concept. Okay, again, okay, it must be because, okay, if you're using a theoretical framework, okay, that means, okay, you are trying to discuss what are the limitations, okay, of the existing theoretical framework, okay, and what is your contribution or the gap that you can contribute, okay? You either you improve the theory, the existing theory, or you introduce new variable in the existing theory. Okay, so you use a theoretical approach. All right, okay. So the types of, now this you might argue for the relevance of the specific theoretical approach or combine various theoretical concepts to create a framework for your research. Okay, all right. So if you're using a theoretical approach, then we can tell, okay, maybe you want to, your contribution to your topic, okay, we're using more on theory, okay, to identify, that is the gap that you can identify, yeah? Okay, now look at the example that I show. Okay, the example is the effect of fiscal deficit on inflation. Okay, now we have this monetarist view, Keynesian views, fiscal theory of the price level. Okay, so you must want to start out with what are the existing theory in the literature, okay, and what you're going to contribute next. Okay, so in sum, in sum, the skill that we need to do a literature review, okay, is number one, the ability to search papers. Okay, the ability to search paper, yeah, and definitely, okay, most of the PhD student can do that. Okay, to searching for papers is not so difficult nowadays. Okay, with the help of the internet. Okay, and the resources from our library. Okay, read and analyze the paper. Okay, read and analyze the papers. Okay, now, because you want to find a gap, okay? It's not easy to find a gap, okay? And you could only identify the gap is after a lot of reading. All right, okay. I find, okay, when I started to, to some of my PhD students, okay, they refuse to read, okay. But after a while, okay, they realize that they can't identify the research gap without reading. Okay, so now they agree, okay, they have to read a lot of papers. Next, evaluate which literature makes a worthy contribution to the scholarship on the topic. Okay, so when you through your reading, then you can tell, oh, okay, this paper is very good, okay, because because of he highlighted on this issue that the literature has evolved, has changed significantly. Okay, so through your reading, okay, you are not reading like a robot, okay, but you read, okay, with your thought, okay. And next is you must able to write. Okay, you must able to write, okay, very coherently, okay, and analyze. Okay, now this is another important skill. Okay, if you have a very good writing skill, I will say congratulations. Okay, you are 50% of chances, you can do a very good topic. Okay, you can write a very good thesis. Okay, because you are equipped with good writing. Okay, but if you don't, don't worry. Okay, writing skill can practice. We can always practice our writing skill. Okay, but you must have very fundamental English. Okay, as because you are writing in English. Your thesis is in English. Okay, not in your mother language. All right. Lastly, a good literature review. I always told my student, the reason that you must do a good literature review, because once you can identify a gap, then you can write a good problem statement. So that's the reason, I always get my students to start from chapter 2, because literature review is always in chapter 2, or chapter 3, I get them to start from chapter 2 first, then only go back to work on chapter 1. Because without knowing what is the literature, what is the existing literature, you were not able to identify the research gap, and you were not able to write your problem statement in your introduction. Okay, next. Now, other issues, when you come to literature review, a citation play a very, very important role. Now, because of when we come from, you guys are international students, when you come from your different countries, you have different practice, so a citation in Chinese article is different with a citation in English articles. So for my student, I will always ensure that they have to get the citation correct. All right. So if you cannot cite, when I see a student, especially when I read a thesis which is about to submit for examination, and there are plenty of errors in the citation, I will not able to trust, you will not give a confidence to the reader whether is this author knows what he is writing or not. Because even a simple citation also they cannot do it. Now we will, examiner by us, how about the things that I can, examiner cannot see, such as data collection, data survey, is this student doing correctly or not? So citation is very, very important. How to cite with a correct style, these are something that you need to master it. Never say, oh, this is something very easy, I can do it at the end of the, I can rectify the citation problem at the end of the thesis. No, don't do that. Start from the beginning. When you do the literature review, you should know how to do the citation correctly. So at my last lecture, lecture 10, I will cover again how to do citation. And I will show you a software, Mendeley. Our librarian will come in and show you how to use Mendeley. To help you to do a correct citation. And you need to ask your supervisor, guys, because you are from different schools, you have to ask your supervisor what type of citation style your school use. Is it APA or Harvard? All right, so you must know this. You must know this, what type of style you use, before we discuss how to do a proper citation. Now, last.
Doctor, sorry to interrupt again.
Yes, okay.
Okay, sorry, I interrupt too many times. Like citation, I can write the citation without using any software, whether it comes for APA 6 or APA 7 or even the below APA 4, 5, I can write it without using software. But do we still need to use Mendeley for that, or I can just write?
No need. If you know how to do a proper citation, for APA, so you no need to use a software. So yeah, but But for PhD thesis, okay, usually you refer to more than 100 articles or 200 or 300. Okay, so maybe
Oh,
you want to
okay.
learn how to use this software to help you to organize your article.
Oh, I learned that. I learned Mendeley using Mendeley on my degree last time,
Yeah.
but I feel comfortable by writing it itself.
No problem. No
Even
problem.
it
Okay.
comes for 100, I
Yes.
prefer writing it down. Whether it you using APA 7 also, for me no problem. Yes, it will take a bit time, but I don't know why. I don't know. But my supervisor told me last time, my ex supervisor from degree said, no, you must learn to use Mendeley because that is crucial. Is it true?
Well, it's good. It's always good to use some software to help you to organize your thesis because because especially a PhD thesis, it take more than if you write undergraduate thesis, undergraduate project, final year project paper or master project paper, you can finish in 3 months, 6 months, so you can always
Mm-hmm.
remember all the articles. But when you come to PhD, because it take times, longer time,
Mm-hmm.
it take years. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you might, at the end of your PhD, before you go for viva, you might forgot. You might forgot some of the
No,
articles that you read in the beginning, right? So
normally
if you
what
have
I
this kind
do.
of software to help
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to use it, no, go ahead. If you don't want to use it, also no problem. I won't,
Oh, so,
as long as if my student can cite correctly, I never force them to use Mendeley, right? Okay. In
because
fact, I
normally
use Mendeley for my research article as well. Mm.
when I cite something on the spot, I will write the citation and keep in notepad, something like that. So when it comes to the end, so I already have everything what I needed. I just need to
Good.
organize which one from A to Z, A to Z. That's all.
No problem.
And
Problem. Okay. Yeah.
okay, okay, thank you again. Sorry to disturb.
No problem, Sylvia. Okay. Now, we talk about okay, can you put this Rajiv? You put put it aside. Okay. Now the challenges in writing a good literature review, okay, especially okay, when we have international student, okay, we find okay, these are the few challenges that student always face. Okay, number one, language. Okay, language, yeah, okay. Especially when you're okay. Well, most of the thesis you are written our thesis is written in English. Okay, but the problem is arise when your mother language is not English. Okay, how are you going to solve it? All right, okay, well, I actually encourage next, okay, I encourage my student, okay, pick up, okay, nowadays with the advancement in technology, next, okay, next, next, okay, okay, use those grammar checker online. Okay, I find it very useful. Okay, because when your mother language is not English, okay, sometimes you do not know when I should put the article, or sometimes when should I use past tense or present tense. Okay, no, this grammar checker really helpful. Okay, of course this is pay. Okay, you have to pay for it. Okay, but I find it definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. In fact, nowadays with Microsoft Word, they also have grammar, basic grammar checks as well. Okay, use that. Use that. Never think, okay, well, I just write whatever I want to write, okay, and my supervisor will help me to correct it. No, okay. Please don't have that thought, okay? Especially when your supervisor have more than 10 students, okay? We really cannot afford to do that, okay? Uh, uh, Never always submit the best draft. Okay, when you want to give to your supervisor to read, okay, that is the very best draft you have, okay, with very minimum grammars, okay, where you spend a lot of effort in your writing, okay, minimum errors, then only you submit to your supervisors, okay, all right. Your supervisor is not a grammar checker, definitely no, okay. Next, you sometimes, okay, student cannot concentrate, okay. Why they cannot concentrate on the details of the text? This is mostly happen to those, okay, student who do part-time, okay, they have full-time job, okay, but they study their PhD part-time, but they enroll their PhD program full-time. Okay, that's the problem, huh? Okay, so when you have a 8 hours of office job, okay, if you think you want to do the PhD after the office, okay, sometimes you might not able to, you're too tired to do, a PhD requires a lot of concentration, actually, okay. So I always encourage my student, okay, if possible, okay, you enroll full time, okay, you do a PhD full time, okay, all right, next. You fail to find relevant papers, okay? Well, okay, this shouldn't happen when you come to PhD, okay? Next, also, you can fail to organize and sort out the information, okay? After some student will say, oh, after you read so many articles, okay, you don't know how to organize your literature review, okay? You can't tell whether, I use a chronology or methodological, okay, or theoretical approach, okay? Now, if you have encountered this, okay, sit down with your supervisor, okay? Even, okay, if you know some of your peers, okay, which already study a few years already spent a few years in PhD, talk to them, okay? That will help too. Talk to them, okay? In other words, okay, talk. Okay, when you always have problems, ask, talk, yeah? Okay?
Thank you, Doc.
Now,
Thank you.
okay, conclusion. Let me finish up. Okay, conclusion. Okay, a well-written literature review will be able to convince the reader that the researcher is very well-versed and knowledgeable about the problem area. So that's why I emphasize that a good literature review is important. Okay, has done all the groundwork, okay, in conducting the research until its completion. Yeah. Next. So, and demonstrate that the theoretical framework that developed for the study is built from the established research and theories. Okay, next. And this will make the reader confident that the research will build on the basis of solid foundation based on the existing knowledge. Okay, and lastly, a good literature review will lead to a good problem statement. All right. Okay. Now for further reading, okay, I show some form some are in books, okay, maybe you couldn't access it, okay, so there's no need, but you can always watch YouTube, how to write a literature review, tips on how to write literature review first, how to write a literature review. These are all available in YouTube, okay. Next. Okay, and do remember to watch our USM library YouTube, okay, because we have many workshops which you might find useful. Okay, literature review, 7 major mistakes to avoid. Okay. There are a lot, there are a lot of information available in internet, yeah? Okay, now, do you have any question, guys? Okay, that's all. We almost finished our today's lecture. Okay, let's take a
Can I ask a
Q&A.
question, please?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Sujata here, doctor.
Hi, Sujata.
My question here is systematic literature review is gaining popularity among many researchers from most Malaysian public universities. So there are few of my friends, PhD students, they have shared that in their thesis writing, they have a chapter on literature review, and they also include another chapter on systematic literature review. So my question is, Doctor, in your opinion, is it advisable to have a chapter on literature review and another chapter on systematic literature review, or just suffice to have one chapter on literature review? And because it's like systematic literature review is something that's very popular at the moment. Thank you, Doctor.
Sujata, which school you come from, Sujata?
SOM.
Oh, School of Management. Okay. Now, Sujata, you can ask your supervisor, okay, whether is it necessary to do a systematic literature review. Okay, I can't comment much on this because it's not my area. Yeah. So talk to your supervisor. Okay, your supervisor will definitely can tell you whether is it required or not. Okay. Definitely, okay, if it's you know, if a supervisor find it's very valuable, okay, nowadays, okay, so he will tell you go ahead and continue. Sujata?
Okay. Yeah. Okay,
Right.
thanks.
Talk to your supervisor. Who is your supervisor? Have you contact and correspond with your supervisor?
I have, but I have not imposed this question to him yet.
All right, because
I have
it's still
not
too
yet.
early, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
what is your writing stage now? Are you writing a literature review or you're writing
I'm preparing a proposal. I just recently registered, so
Yeah.
I'm in the midst of writing a 30-page proposal for my supervisor to look into it. And I've also watched many YouTube videos by Dr. Hazrul from UPM on SLR. So it kind of prompted me, should we have another chapter on SLR, since it's very popular among PhD students currently. But I do not know what is actually USM style of writing, or is it acceptable? It differs from school to school, so I'm not sure. I've not asked my supervisor on this, but thank you. I will ask him
It's
that.
different from school to school, Sujata.
I see. I didn't know
Because it's different
that.
from area to area.
I see.
Right.
Okay.
So no harm, as your proposal, you can always propose that, okay? And your supervisor can tell you, oh, we don't need this, or we need this, okay? No harm to do that. Because it's a
I'm just
proposal,
looking
right?
for.
Yeah. So proposal, there's no, there's no penalty if you make mistake.
Yes.
But don't make mistake for final thesis you're going to submit for exam.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah, welcome, Sujata.
Doctor, this is CJ again. I have a very basic question about research proposal. Is there any USM set a requirement that how many pages of research proposal that we need to prepare for PhD level student?
No, unless not just now for Sujata, CJ, you come from School of Management, okay? Just now Sujata said, 30 pages of proposal. So you might want to ask Sujata where she get the information, 30 pages of proposal. In my school, we don't have that 30 pages, okay? But we see, the most important area must be there for proposal. So we don't have a page limit, a maximum or minimum.
Okay. Understand. Thank you.
But you can always ask Sujata, because just now she said 30 pages of proposal.
Right, because I'm reading through whatever all the requirement for the new student, I don't see that kind of requirement. But for me, I'm aligned with you that as long as the important areas there, I think I'm fine, right?
Yes. I never, make a page number requirement, but those important must be there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Some Nasir asks, okay, send record after lecture. Yeah. Okay. We always, in e-learns, we always upload our record lecture in e-learns after lecture. We always do that. Okay.
Hello.
Right. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Someone put the research support training. Yes, correct. Okay. Yeah, you always can double click the link. Okay, see? Okay, now PhD student is very resourceful. Okay, you can always click the link, then you can see research support training and see whether you can make available or not. Please join. Please join those group. Okay, because you already pay your fees. Okay. Or someone is yawning. Okay, you're very tired. All right. Hi, Kabir. You have a question? Yes, please ask.
Yes, I have a question mark.
Yeah, Kabir.
Concerning the literature review, I know that if you are to write your literature review, mostly it is a tradition that the subheadings of the literature review mostly reflects your objective and research questions. That what I mean by this is that you must at least capture all your objectives one by one in your literature review. My question now is it necessary that in every objective, you must bring out a gap in every objective? After discussing every objective in your literature review, must you come up with a gap in literature knowledge? Sorry.
Kabir, I didn't get your question right. Okay.
What I'm saying is that in writing your literature review,
every research objective.
What I'm saying is in writing your literature review, mostly the headings of your literature review reflect your objectives.
The objective of the paper or the objective
the
of your
objective
thesis?
of the research.
Of the paper or the research paper?
Yeah.
Assuming
we are writing a thesis, for instance, you have 3 objectives. Writing your literature review must reflect your objectives. All your objectives must be captured in your literature review, for instance. So if I'm discussing my literature review based on my objectives, after discussing every heading of my objective, for instance, must I come with a gap? Must I bring out a gap?
Must you bring a what? A graph?
A gap in knowledge related to that objective.
Objective of your thesis or objective of
yes,
the
yes, objective of the thesis.
Okay, all right, okay. So you mean should you arrange your literature review, the chapter of the literature review, based on the research objective, based on your thesis objective?
Objectives, yes. Then after every discussion, must I come with a gap in knowledge under that objective?
No, I don't think this is a very straightforward arrangement. If you want to arrange the thesis based from your research, in fact, you build out your research objective based on the gap that you have identified, okay, and then the new, because the gap will tell you what is the new contribution. So I don't think, okay, it is a good approach to organize a literature review based on your research objective. No, you should organize a literature review based on the, what you're trying to contribute from the methodology or from the chronology, from the topic. Okay?
Okay.
The approach that I mentioned just now. The chronology, okay, theoretical methodology, okay, or thematic, okay, instead of from your research objective, okay. Kabir, which school you come from, Kabir?
School of Humanities.
School of?
Humanities.
Oh, Humanities, okay. What area you're doing now?
Geography.
Oh, geography. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow, geography. Okay. Okay. Well, I can't say very loudly, okay, but I don't think you want to use a thesis objective, to build up the way you write your literature certificate.
Okay, thank you.
Samuel? All right. Talk to your supervisor and your senior PhD student in geography department.
Thank you.
Okay, because when you discuss with them, okay, you discuss with your topic, okay, so your question will become more specific rather than you ask here, which is very general. Can you do that, Kabir?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, after week 10, you will meet your supervisor and your peers, okay? So do that, Do that for week 11 to week 14. Okay, take the opportunity to ask them. Oh?
Sure. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Kabir, I cannot help much, okay? Especially when in the area of geography, yeah? Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Kabir, okay? Hope you have a good discussion with your school later on when you meet your supervisor and your related professor in geography department. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right.
Hello, Professor.
Uh-huh.
I have two questions. The first one is about when we do the literature review. When I was doing this research, I thought I did a very thorough research, the literature review of everything that related. But after a while, somebody sent me a link, and when I opened the link, I found, oh, okay, there's a there's a new one. So I don't know. Maybe is there a perfect procedure that to make sure that you can see every literature review that you don't miss anything?
Wang, okay. Wang, I don't understand your question. What do you mean? When you find you do a very thorough literature review, then when
Yeah,
you're
but
giving a link, then you see, you're not doing
I
a
found more.
literature.
Yeah, I found
What
actually
type
I
of link?
found somebody and I when I open it and I found, okay, probably I didn't cover this area, and
You mean
that findings actually is more developed, but I didn't notice before. So is there a perfect procedure that to make sure that I don't miss anything?
Okay, so when I understand your question is you mean that, okay, you think you do a very thorough literature review.
Yes.
But when somebody give you a new article and you find your latest articles, you have new articles. Am I right?
Yes,
We're coming with new approach,
yes,
new theories.
yes.
Oh, all right, okay. Now, if that is the case, okay, if you think that you're bound to miss those new information, okay, so make sure your literature review cover the latest articles. Okay, for example, now it's 2022, okay, but your literature review must cover some, come up to 20 articles published in 2021, 2022. In that case, okay, you will not miss those latest development in your area.
But
Are you from
when
School of Management, Feng? When?
Yeah, Fen. I'm from School of Humanity.
Oh, School of Humanities. Okay.
Yes.
I see.
And I thought I did a very thorough research. I searched every article related to my topic. But when I later found out there was more things I didn't notice, so I was very frustrated.
No worries. Okay, as long as if I were you, I would just continue to update my literature. Okay, as long as you have not submit your thesis, your final thesis to the examiner, you always have the room to revise, to update your literature review. Okay.
So does it mean that we have
now
to
it's
check?
2022. Perhaps when I'm assuming you are very new, you just enroll. So perhaps you submit your thesis in 2025 or 2026. So within these 4 years, okay, but you already finished your literature review in 2022. Okay. But after that you move to your survey, okay, survey, okay, results, okay, conclusion, okay. By the end, you might, you have missed the 3 years of how the literature expand. So you might want to update it, your literature review chapters on your literature review before you submit it to the examiner. So that's no problem. That's not the big deal.
Oh, okay. Because I was really frustrated.
We always update. We always revise. Okay.
So we need to constantly check the update of the topic related to your
definitely.
Oh, I see.
Definitely. So that you're aware. So when during the Viva, okay, if the examiner asks you the latest articles, you are aware. Okay. And you said you already cited them in your thesis.
Oh, thank you, Professor. And another question is that when I check the data, like I want to compare the different data from different countries in the same year. But actually, what I found was maybe this data for China is in 2020, and the other one is 2019, and probably in Indonesia or somewhere else is in 2017. So they're not comparable. But I couldn't find anything that your data that they are on the same year. So is it possible that probably I didn't go through all the data, or is there any other way to approach?
Well, of course, okay, or we can't comment much on the data because, I'm not familiar with the data in humanities, okay. But when speaking about the data, economists use a lot, like us, okay, like me, I use a lot of secondary data, okay. And definitely some database has more updated data. They provide more updated data, but some database are not, okay, because they are free, especially those free access database, yeah. Okay, so again, okay, uh, well, during my analysis, okay, when I was doing my analysis, I can only capture, for example, okay, for my topic, I only can capture the data up to 2018. Okay, I don't have data for 2019 and 2020 and etc. Okay, well, I put that right in my thesis. Okay, after you finish your data analysis, you write out your results. Okay, and your conclusion you can write. Okay, the data is only up to 2017. Okay, you can write this. Perhaps this is the limitation I have. Okay, because it's only covered up to 2018. Because during the time of your research, okay, this is the latest data you can find, and examiner will not penalize you because you do not use the data for 2022, 2023, or 2026 at that point of time. No, we don't do that, okay, because we understand. Okay,
I see.
there is always a cut-off date, in your data analysis.
There's
Yeah.
always limitations. Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
Right. Yeah, Fan, thanks.
Thank you.
English, you speak very good English. What
thank you.
area you're studying?
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great. Yeah. All right. Great. And learning something new.
Hi, Doctor. This is CJ again.
Hi, CJ.
This times I would like to seek some advice, or perhaps you can share with us some tips. You see, being a new student, PhD student, a lot of people asking me what's my feeling, and I always describe that I've started swimming in a big ocean. So sometimes I feel a bit overwhelmed. So perhaps I think many of us are feeling the same thing. I'm alone swimming in a big ocean. So perhaps, doctor, you can give us some tips so that we can have a good start in pursuing our PhD program.
Right. That is a good topic, Okay, in fact, we actually think of for week 11 and week 14, we're thinking to invite some speaker to share their experience in their PhD.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. We thought of that, okay? For Sampris, we thought of that because, as you say, for PhD is that you are swimming in the ocean and you can't see the end. You can't see the end.
Right. And my friend all telling me that you swim slowly lah.
You swim slowly. Yeah, as long as you can reach the shore, okay, you're fine. So,
right.
Yeah, when I studied my PhD, actually, PhD is not easy. It's not an easy journey.
Right.
It's not an easy journey. It's you need to put up a lot of effort, okay? Now, especially when you're not doing full-time, that's even harder. Are you doing full-time or part-time?
I'm doing part-time. I'm doing part-time.
So you have full-time job. I'm assuming that you have a full-time job.
I suppose, but I have some privilege because I'm doing a management work. I kind of like empower a lot of staff to my team. Then I have a little bit of luxury to concentrate more on my PhD study.
Doing your own business, something like that. Okay. No.
Right.
I think, when I advise my student before they take up their PhD, okay, I always tell them, okay, you have to be ready. Number one is financial ready. So CJ, you're lucky. You don't have this problem. Okay. Some of my students, they have financial problems. Okay. So to the extent that I don't want them to think of money issues. If they keep thinking of money issues, because when the semester is very fast. 3 months, 4 months later, time to pay tuition fees. Okay, so if my student doing full time, they don't have the money to pay, and it's very painful. Okay, so I always tell my student, okay, make sure you have a good finance sources. Okay, all right, either you get a scholarship, okay, or your family sponsor you. Okay, all right, and secondly is time. Okay, writing a PhD, okay, especially it's just like a research. Okay, but this is a very, very long research. Okay, if you're lucky and finish in 3 years. If you're lucky, finish in 3 years. That's considered very fast. Okay, if you're not, okay, 5 years. Okay, 7 years. Okay, or the maximum, the maximum time requirement. Okay, because when you have time, because you need to write, you need to be focused. So I always tell my student, always, use your best time. That's the best time, the most active one. Okay, you can when your time you can concentrate. Then that's the time you do your thesis. Okay, I always tell my student, never use the time that you are so tired already. Okay, you are so sleepy because you have a long day job. Then only you want to start on your thesis. Okay, I'll tell them you never works. It never works. Okay, all right. Okay, and your environment, okay, is it a very conducive environment that to help you to pursue your PhD? That also very, very important. Your family support, okay, like CJ, in your case is okay, your children already grow up. Okay, you don't need to worry about the children, your wife, okay, your father, your mother. I do have some students, when they join the PhD program, that's the time they started to get married. Okay, then they have children. I say, oh. Then they keep hanging their, they keep postpone giving me the full chapters. I can tell, oh my goodness, okay, this is another student who take longer time to finish. Okay, or maybe not able to finish. Okay, because of too much of family issue problems. Okay, no, I don't see it's problem, but then it's just like, when we are doing PhD, it's about to 30 years old, late 20s. Okay, so it's time to have girlfriends, wife. That sort of issues, right? But always when my student graduated or finished submit their thesis, we always tell them congratulations from heart. Okay, because we can tell there's a lot of effort they have put in. Yeah.
Right.
So tell them good job. Okay. Right. So if we manage to get some colleagues to share their PhD journeys, okay, maybe you guys can join us also.
Thank you. Thank you for the tips, Doctor.
Yeah. Well, when I did my PhD, I think I always tell my problems. Okay, and I did all the way in Melbourne. Okay, only my son and I. Okay, so when I have any problem, I talk to my son. And you will be surprised. Sometimes my son can give me a very good solution, good suggestion. Okay, which I thought of. I'm thinking too much. But it's good when you finish it. You feel very good. You feel very, very good.
Okay, thank you.
Good, thank you. Okay, how old was your son at that point of time? Oh, okay. He studied grade 2. That is 8 years old. Yeah. All right. Okay. Any more question? So no worries. Okay. So just continue with your journey. It's okay. You will never explore, you will never know how this works. Okay.
Sorry, Professor, I have a question.
Yes. Sanya.
I live in Penang, in front of USM, Professor. To be honest, that question, is that okay? You have online classes or seminars or something for USM students and for PhD program? Whenever I suppose direct classes would be absolutely help us out through transfer your ideas. This class really helpful. But it's a request. Is that okay? Maybe another time you have directly class rather than online classes, especially for international students, because we are here to have a online, direct classes rather than online classes, Professor.
Okay, but so you say you're already in campus, right? Are you in USN campus now?
No, in front of university, I have a unit. I don't still, but exactly in front of USM, and in the mosque door of the USM, exactly.
Oh, okay. So you already come to campus USM already, right?
Yes. Most of the time I go to the library, as you know, you illustrated the movies for us. But it really helped me out as well, because in some cases I don't know, because all the time I get there, but it was helpful. But it is a recommendation and a request. Is that okay? You have an international for international students have a seminar directly or not? You live in Malaysia or China? Can I ask you?
I live in Malaysia or China. No, I mean USM campus.
Sorry?
Do I look like China from China? Yeah, but I'm Chinese.
Okay. All of the international students are requested to visit their professor directly rather than online classes. But I suppose because of the COVID situation, absolutely, it doesn't possible.
No. Which school you come from, Sanas?
English translation and literacies, professor.
And you're already in USN campus, okay? Right?
Yes.
Because you stay nearby. You say you stay nearby, right? So have you visited your supervisor?
Yes, absolutely. But again, it is through online and WebEx all the time online classes.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. Okay. Well, you can talk to your supervisor, okay? If you need to meet her face to face, okay? Why not? Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And also get to know. I'm not sure about your batch, okay? But my last semester PhD student, when they joined the POL500, because the POL500 will gather all the new students, they actually they make a group WhatsApp group for all their POL500 students, and they still contact you now. Okay, they still continue with the corresponding and communication, and that's very good. I actually find, I'm actually very happy when my student telling me that he knows, okay, which student are doing about the similar topic with him on income inequality. So I say, hey, good, okay. So this class actually helped you in networking. And that sort of networking is still important, because you don't want to be like CJ say, you're swimming alone. You're not alone. You can have a group. Okay, if you can find a group, your peer, So SOL 500 could be your starting point, right, Sanas?
Yes.
To get to know some friend, your peers. Either it will be even better if you come from from your own same department, so that you guys can share, okay? And and maybe get your supervisor to introduce some senior PhD student to you.
For sure.
Yeah. So because the PhD is a long process, so you don't want to be alone, and you want to have someone to talk.
All right. Absolutely. So do I, Professor. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So for your batch of POL500, you have 295 students or more than that. Okay. You guys can form a WhatsApp group. Okay. So always keep in touch. Whether sometimes you might know from other fields, also can a networking, information exchange, and see which one is the first one to graduate from your group. Isn't it would be wonderful? Wow, this is my
doctor. Actually, we do have the WhatsApp group, I think.
Then you guys can form yourself, right? Hey, come on, you can do it. Yeah.
Doctor, just
you guys do it yourself, okay? This is also from last semester student, they also do it themselves. It's not the school, no one really do. We don't organize this for you. They actually, the student, they organize it themselves. And they
Doctor,
yeah.
Doctor, just just want to ask something. Okay, since we are moving to endemic phase, USF still doesn't have any intention to have a face-to-face classes, or not?
No. Okay, you see, when for this semester, okay, when we told that we going to move to endemic, okay, where the school is open, the primary school is open, secondary school is open, okay. So some university also open up, introduce the word face-to-face, okay. And yet, you know that in Malay, if you read in newspaper, the University Malaya student, Utah student, they actually boycott, they actually protest. They don't want to go back face-to-face, they want to go online. Right, CJ? You aware of this? CJ?
I don't know why. I prefer face-to-face.
Okay, now,
sorry, I'm not aware of it. Yeah.
If you're aware of it, okay, you can Google.
But I think perhaps I think something related to my research paper, the mindsets of workers or people have been changed after they have been working so long at home remotely. Yeah. So people are asking people are asking for flexibility.
Yes, okay, working from home. Yes, okay. And also same as student as well, okay, they prefer online tests than the face-to-face test, okay? All right. So
maybe I'm a bit outdated. Maybe I'm a bit outdated. Still hoping for face-to-face class.
No, you're not outdated. No, you're not outdated. There is a beauty to have face-to-face class, okay? But because we can communicate better, more efficient.
Exactly.
That's definitely.
Exactly.
But at the moment, USM for this semester, we want to see what happened when when there's a lot of sector has been open. Okay, we need to see the data. We need to see after this 1 year, what happened to our COVID cases. Are we in a downward trend? Okay, at the moment we are very happy. We are very happy. It seems it's a downward trend. Okay. So if this is continue, there's no okay. I'm not surprised. USM will say, "Oh, let's just open up for next semester." Okay.
Okay. I am looking forward to it.
All right. Are you doing?
Yeah, I think that definitely sense of belonging is there when we have face-to-face class.
Exactly. Well said. What's your question just now, Doctor?
Pardon me?
What did you ask just now?
Are you doing a PhD or master?
I'm doing master for now, but I'm hoping that I can fast track to PhD. I need to talk to my supervisor.
Okay, so you have coursework. You have coursework component. Am I right? So that's why.
No. I'm doing fully research. I'm doing fully research.
You're fully research.
Yeah.
There's no problem, right? You can always go and meet your supervisor. I'm sure you can always do that. You can come back to campus. Do you need to fill a Form A?
Yeah. But until today, I just talking to her through WhatsApp. Talking.
Okay. You haven't met your supervisor face to face.
Face to face, not yet.
Oh, all right.
But I was hoping this POL500 class will be face-to-face class. So I feel like it's a feeling like going back to school. It's a great feeling. After for 2 or 3 years, we are stuck inside our home and everything we are doing by virtually. So I felt that we need to go out and face it. That's why I just asked.
But you see, Sobia, for POL500 it's different because of we actually allow our international students can study from their countries, okay, can do the PhD from their country. So the chances for POL500 go online will be, I can say 99%. Okay, because when you factor the group of international students who cannot fly, you cannot come to campus.
Yes. Maybe I can look forward for other trainings or workshops later on.
Yeah, yeah. But you
Okay,
should
okay.
you should always, go and see your supervisor in her office. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I thought I have to ask her first. Then it's still everyone using WhatsApp and online platform. So I thought we should use. My supervisor will use that also. I never knew that we can go and meet her.
No, you cannot. I mean, make appointment to see her lah. You see?
Yeah. Sure. I'll try to ask
The
her.
WAG main POL500. Okay, somebody is doing a link. Okay. See?
Okay,
WhatsApp group
Thanks,
already
doctor.
formed. Very good.
Thanks, doctor. I'll ask her.
There is postgraduate student is very fast. Okay. Okay. Any more question? Any more questions? Okay.
Hello,
Alright,
teacher.
okay. If
I
not,
have a question.
hi, Tian Feng.
Yes. And because we were asked to do a teamwork about the 17 sustainable
Your
programs,
group
and
essay.
yes, and we wanted, because our group wants to do the education of the elders in the post-COVID-19, but we checked out the details of the sustainable plans, and there were no mention of education for the elders in the education part. Only some details talks about the lifelong education. So I just want to ask if our topic is okay or it's a bit of topic.
You want to do education for what?
For old people, for elders.
For
old people.
For the senior citizen.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So something like lifelong learning.
Yes, it's just for some people over 60 years old.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So because the details of the education part, there is no mention about the education for the old people. So we are not sure if our topic is okay or it's a bit.
I think it is fine. It is fine. Yeah, it is fine. It is not necessary. Okay. Of course, I'm not very familiar with all the SDG. Okay. I don't know. No, SDG 1 is covered what, SDG 2 is covered what. Okay. All right. But anyway, because you are talking about lifelong learning, and definitely it is related to sustainability. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah, it is. Go ahead. No problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Any more question? If some of you need to go, go ahead. You can leave the group. Okay. If you have you have prayer to go, you need to to get some open for your fasting. Okay. So go ahead. You can leave the group now. Okay. Yeah.
Professor, may I ask you a question?
Yes, Liu.
Yes. My name is Liu Hongyu, coming from China. So after this lecture, what assignment do we need to do?
Your group essay. You need to submit your group essay. Then after the group essay, usually in week 13 or week 14, you need to present your proposal with your school.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And that is 60%. The proposal is 60%. So make sure you present. Okay. So all right. If there's no proposal, there's no more questions. Okay. Should we call it? Should we call it for today?
Sure. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, CJ. Okay.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much.
Okay. Do you want me to ask for you? Do you need to fill in the Form A and all these things?
I think that's fine. I'm fine. It is not that so high priority. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. I apologize. If there's still lacking of information. Okay.
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much, Professor.
No quiz.
I love your
no
class
quiz for
today.
this week. No homework. No quiz.
Oh, thank you.
No quiz.
Class
We enjoyed your class, Professor, greatly.
Right. All right, Udin.
Hope we can meet in future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope we can meet in future.
Good afternoon.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Afternoon.
Nice to meet you,
Thank you.
Professor.